Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Kelly, could you please show us on record?
Yes, Chair.
Today being June 1st, 2023, we are hearing case number MI 2023-003-047 for 3406-46 Walnut Street, building number 1386251. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome. I would like to explain a little bit about our proceedings today, although I see some of you have visited with us in the past, so you probably know what we're going to do. But what we're going to do is we're going to allow your team to explain the reason for their variance request and any other comments that you wish to make to the board. You will have ample time to do that. When your comments are through, I will call on the board members one at a time to ask you some follow-up questions for clarity. When we've completed that, you will have an opportunity again to provide any additional comments before the board goes into offline deliberations. When our deliberations end, we will come back on record. We will vote on record on your appeal request. Do you gentlemen understand the way we're going to proceed today?
Yes.
Awesome. Could you please identify yourself for the court reporter, please? One at a time.
My name is Eric Dels. I'm Senior Architect Planner with the Office of the University Architect at the University of Pennsylvania. I have two other colleagues here today. Mike Harding, who is the project manager with design and construction, also with the University of Pennsylvania, and Chris Colo, who is the architect of record for the project. And I will turn it over to Chris and he can walk through the scope of the project.
Hold on one second. We have a procedural thing. Now that you've identified yourself for the record, will everyone that will be providing, let me get my notes, gentlemen. I'm a little behind this morning. Everyone that will be providing testimony today, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Yes.
Thank you. Board members, prior to today, has any board member discussed any information in whole or in part with the appellate or anyone directly or indirectly involved with this case? Mike Bellata?
No.
Dave Hoffmeister?
No.
Mike Ingram?
No.
Brian Gilbert?
No.
Patrick McDonald?
No, I have not.
And outside of staff, the chair has not had any communications. Okay, gentlemen, with that, whoever would like to begin, please feel free. The floor is yours.
Sure. Well, this project's renovating 2 toilet rooms, a men's room, which has 5 water closets, 3 urinals, and 3 lavatories, and a woman's room that has 6 water closets and 4 lavatories. What we've attempted to create is a room that's more accessible and more open, creating a safer environment. The design includes 14 individual toilet rooms. The rooms are entirely enclosed. The partitions between are sealed at the floors and walls and continue above the ceilings. We are providing the same number of fixtures we're taking out, meaning that even the 3 urinals from the men's are becoming individual toilet rooms, which are now available to men or women. The toilet rooms are individual and private. They're entered through a common space that has common use lavatories. This provides for a large common space that's actually open to the adjacent reading rooms and completely private individual toilet rooms The only piece that's shared is the lavatories, and they're near the entrance to the space, open to the reading room for security and for a sense of security for the users. We believe this also increases the availability of fixtures as the population, male, female, tends to change depending on what's happening in the building at the time and events at the time. This is the ground floor. The bathroom is very large for the adjacent spaces, but the ground floor, first floor, and second floor are all connected with interconnecting stairways and elevators, which are right in front of this bank of toilet rooms. The university had recently renovated and expanded the male-female toilet rooms on the second floor, and now they're looking to renovate this bank of rooms on the floor below the entrance floor with a different layout to give people more options and to increase the availability of fixtures.
We'll try to fix those things tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Any other part of the appellate team would like to provide additional comments?
Yeah, I'll do today.
Eric, Mike, anyone?
No, I think that covers everything.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation and testimony. At this point, I will call on the board members for additional questions, starting with myself. I do have just a few before the board gets into it. I see only one stall that is handicap accessible. In your calculations, do you feel that's a sufficient number for accessible toilets?
We do, yes.
Okay. And just to clarify, each individual toilet compartment has floor to ceiling partitions and completely sealed doors, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
All
they
right.
have traditional flushwood doors and
Okay.
solid partitions between.
And them separate compartments have their own light ventilation and fire suppression, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's really the only nature of my questions. I will call on the board members one at a time for cross-examination and comment. Mike Bellata,
No questions.
thank you. Mike Ingram,
Yes, any panic concerns in these rooms in the complete enclosed area?
There are, you mean panic in terms of security system?
Yes.
Yeah, there are security poles in the ADA stall and in the main room.
Mhm.
We have intentionally left the room open to the main reading room. So the common area with the lavatories is open to the main reading room, partly because this room is used late into the night as a study space.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
thank you, Mike. Brian Gilbert,
I have no questions.
thank you. Patrick McDonald,
I have no questions at this time.
thank you, sir. Bill Dobbins,
No questions. Thank you.
Michelle Brisbane,
No questions for me.
thank you, Michelle. Dave Hoffmeister,
Yes, I may have missed it in your testimony. Did you mention that the first floor occupants would be utilizing the ground floor for facilities?
They utilize toilet rooms throughout the building. The building was built in the 60s. The main floor does not have facilities. They're either using the ground floor, the first floor, or any of the floors above, but there's a large stair that connects the ground floor right in front of these restrooms, and also up to sort of a mezzanine situation on the second floor that has a large bank of male-female restrooms.
So first floor occupants can use the ground floor or second floor facilities per the code. I'm looking at a drawing A 0.1, which
Yes,
the I've located the bathroom for the proposed renovation. And it does list other fixtures. It indicates locker rooms and 2 other smaller bathrooms, men's and women's rooms over by the planned west elevators. Are those existing facilities there now today?
They're existing, yes.
Okay. Okay. Walt, I have no further questions.
Thank you, Dave. I do have one quick redirect question. Your appeal indicates that you used table 403 from the IPC. I want to in fact verify that you used table 403.1 of the 2018 Philadelphia Plumbing Code. Is that correct?
We did, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. That was my only redirect question. Bob Gledhill,
No questions.
thank you. Shane McNulty,
No questions.
thank you. Gentlemen, do you have any follow-up comments or questions or anything for us before we enter into deliberations?
Nothing
Okay.
further.
Nothing further from me.
Okay.
Walt, I have one follow-up question, quick.
I was about to get to board member redirects. Go ahead, Dave.
Thank you. In table 403.1.1, under assembly, which category did you guys utilize for your fixture counts?
Library,
Which would be
A3.
rooms without permanent seating? Art galleries, exhibition halls, museums, lecture halls, libraries, arcades, and gymnasiums.
exactly, since it
Okay.
contained the specific use libraries. we
Library.
applied that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Any other board members? Additional questions, redirects, anything? All right, gentlemen, at this point, we will go into deliberations. You will be placed in a waiting room, and we will come back to you just as soon as we have completed our deliberations. Mr. Kelly, can you show us off record, please?
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
If it's not already listed under the.
Today being June the 1st, 2023, we continue to hear the case number MI 2023-003047. Board, what say you?
I'd like to make a motion
Your motion is to approve the variance?
to approve. Yes.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. I will now poll the board for a vote to concur with the motion to grant the appeal. Mike Bellotta,
Approve.
Dave Hoffmeister,
Approve.
Brian Gilbert,
Approve.
Mike Ingram,
Approve.
Patrick McDonald,
Approve.
and the chair votes in the affirmative. Gentlemen, as you heard, your variance request was approved by the Plumbing Advisory Board. The procedure now is our suggestion will go to the commissioner for his final approval, and you should be receiving an official word from our board's administrator within a week or so. If you haven't heard anything by then, kindly reach out to Mr. Motto and ask as to the status. Does the appellates have any questions or comments, final comments for the board?
No,
Nothing
thank you
further.
very much for your time.
Yes, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, gentlemen. With that, that will conclude case number MI 2023-003047. Mr. Kelly, please show us off record.